Iraqi forces have begun their offensive to retake Mosul.
The UN is warning of the worst humanitarian disaster in years.
For the past few weeks,
this is what you have probably seen of Mosul, but I remember it for something completely different. Growing up in the city, my memories are of the world-famous monuments, beautiful mosques, and the Tigris River. Now, I can hardly recognize my own city. The streets have been filled with strangers, and many of the famous buildings have been destroyed. Mosul is one of the oldest cities in the world, with a proud and rich history. It was sad to see IS wrecking many of its famous artifacts. My late father was a professor of Arabic linguistics at Mosul University. I studied there myself, so did most of my brothers and sisters. It means a lot to me. It was sad to see the campus occupied by IS and later destroyed by US airstrikes. Iraqi forces are now entering Mosul, and they are pushing closer to the heart of the city. They are entering from the east. These are the main residential areas. I lived here myself, but most of the IS forces have based themselves in the west of the city. Just take a look at these buildings of the old city. It is a dense population with tight and narrow streets. This will make it so much harder for the Iraqi forces to advance. Over 1 million people are still living in Mosul. The Iraqi government has told residents to stay at home, but already thousands are beginning to flee the surrounding areas, and there are fears over civilian casualties. The big question is, what happens after this offensive? Sectarian tensions have been raised and trust needs to be restored. The people will want a quick plan for reconstruction. Mosul is Iraq's second biggest city. What happens there will affect the future of the country.